Hey Libra, I'm Leonia Nicole Black. This is your Equinox, spring Equinox reading. I did a little video on my Instagram page about why I'm doing this reading right now, so check that out. And let's get straight into your messages. I'm feeling really gentle. I'm feeling a very kind of soft and gentle energy towards you, even though your cards are not soft and gentle. I'm gonna just lay it to you straight. So, first card out of the deck, and it came flying out. In fact, three of the cards just zoomed out. And I was like, okay, I see you. So the first card is the Two of Wands here. The energy that I get from this card for you is that you're being overly cautious. You are pussyfooting. It's the term that came to me. You're stepping around gently, walking on eggshells. But I don't even think walking on eggshells is the right phrase, because I feel like you're doing your best to navigate the situation without making it explode. It's like Minesweeper. You're trying to go through things gently and trying to get out unscathed, trying to get out without a big dramatic blow up. And it's not working. It's I feel like Spirit's looking at you like with an eye roll, like what are they doing? Like you just, it's as weird as this card really looks, to be honest. I don't really know how else to put it, but that's what you're doing. And what is creating is this Eight of Swords card here, which is a self-imposed block. The block that you're feeling, as you can see, the person's kind of covering their eyes in that way. The block that you're feeling is a refusal to see, to be honest. It's like because if you look, they actually have their hand on one of the swords here, which indicates their involvement in the obstruction. You are pretending you don't see things as they are, or you're not, the truth isn't as blatant and clear to you as it is. Now, there's a reason you're doing that. I'm looking at your cards. So these are the three cards that came flying out of the deck. So the first two cards I showed you, and this is the last one. So these were like pronounced messages for you, and this is the Seven of Cups, a very Pisces kind of energy. We've just come through Pisces season, and Mercury is still retrograde in Pisces when I'm recording this. And it is the energy of emotional confusion. I think that's what's going on with you. You feel unsure, maybe indecisive, maybe still trying to calculate or come to a decision on an emotional level, but your mind is clear. And that's all you need right now, to be honest. Like the decision you know is required is very clear to you, even if you haven't come to the kind of emotion, you haven't made terms with it emotionally yet. And it's funny because when I was in therapy quite a few years ago, I actually learned to do the reverse thing. I often made decisions that I wasn't peaceful about emotionally, and so they felt like punishments and judgments of myself, and then I found it difficult to maintain them. So I stopped doing that. I did the reverse work where I started not choosing things that didn't align with how I felt. Even if I logically felt I needed to make a better or wiser decision, I would wait until I could bring myself into alignment with that emotionally and then do it. But it's really the reverse energy for you. It's saying that you can't expect to organize your feelings to match the decision. You have to make the choice, and then the feeling, how you feel about it, will adjust to the new reality. You can't do that part of the puzzle first. Now, you are definitely moving on from things, Libra. You've got the Six of Cups here. This came out for another sign, I can't remember who now, but it's the energy of traveling. Who was I saying? I think it came up for Virgo. It's the energy of traveling here. This is what I feel for you. It's this movement. It's movement forward, and it's an opening up, which is really nice. It's an opening up. It's a desire to experience something new and to engage in the sweetness of life, and that can be in any area, whether that's career, finances, whether it's relationship, family dynamics, you choose. But it is a holding out of the cup and desiring to have that cup filled. Now, I don't even feel, I said to Virgo that the cups on the back, I think it's Virgo anyway, with like full of baggage from the past. It doesn't feel like that for you. It actually feels like lots of empty cups on your back, but that it's showing the depth of what you need. It's showing the extent of how, I don't even want to say how long you've gone without, right? Because, you know, that's neither here nor there. It's just, it's showing how much you need to be filled up. That's where you should put your focus on. And so it's almost like, as she holds up this cup, once this cup is full, she'll take another one off her back and hold that up too. So you're moving forward because you recognize that there is a lot that needs to be given and poured into you in this next season. And when I say given and poured into you, it doesn't even need to be from a human being. It's not like specifically this person or that person. It can actually be from spirit itself. So you're like, I recognize that I've been wandering through a wasteland. Like, my life has felt quite dry. I haven't felt poured into enough. I haven't felt enough of the inspiration or the creativity or the flow or the ease that comes from that water energy, or the intuition, or whatever it is you want to call it. And you're like, I need much more of that going into my next season. And so you're opening yourself up to be filled, and this is really, really great energy. Now, it's also why you have to stop this, and this, because you're delaying yourself getting your needs met by spirit by doing that. Because spirit's like, it's almost as though I feel like spirit's at the top of the hill, or a bit the way down the journey, and they're looking and they see you come in, and they're like, she's really taking, he, she, whatever gender is taking, or neither of those genders is taking their time to get here. Like, I see them, you know, stopping off, taking a drink, looking at the scenery, maybe doubling back, going back around, and they're like, you're delaying yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like you're stopping to look at the roses on the path where you are, and there's like a whole rose bush of the same roses further down the road, and it's like, can you get to your destination? All the stuff that you're looking at here is there. So that's the energy I'm getting. Now, you've got the Two of Cups. I don't know if I've been reading reversals. Yesterday when I did about 6 of the readings, I'm not sure I acknowledged the reverse card at all. It just wasn't where my mindset was at, or maybe none of the cards came up reversed. This came out reversed for you, and it felt, I didn't turn it around, it felt like the right message. Now, Two of Cups reverse is, I've been talking about Two of Cups as a card of requited love, right? Of reciprocated love, of love that is flowing between the two. It's funny because in reverse here, if you look, the way the card is set up, even in reverse, love is still being given to the central heart in the middle. And the message is that it's not that the love is finished, or that the love is over, or you don't love this person anymore. That's not why you have to do this. It's not why you're feeling like this. It's not that you don't care, or that there isn't love, and that it isn't reciprocated as well. It's not that the person doesn't love you. Ooh, the message that I just felt is it doesn't matter. Okay, Spirit, it doesn't matter. That is the message here. You love each other. It literally has no bearing on the next step of your life, and you have to make that move. That's why. This is why Spirit is saying you can't try to reconcile your feelings about this thing to make this happen. It doesn't matter. You have to do the Libra air sign logical thing here. And the next card that you have is a Seven of Wands, and it's very different in this deck. I'm reading energy more than the traditional meanings of the cards. For those of you who know tarot, like, I don't want you in my comments telling me that's not what Seven of Wands means. So this card here, what I feel from it is that you're moving on to find mutual connection. Okay, can you see how these two kind of snake figures in the middle are facing, and all the others are facing away? You're moving away from connections and relationships that just are out of alignment with you now, Libra. You're finding people who are facing the same direction, people who are facing you, people who are also willing to be the Libra mirror here, people who are like, I'm ready to reveal myself to the same extent that you are. And not that they're measuring it in that way. I was saying that these are people who are willing to reveal themselves to the same extent that you are, but it's not a tit for tat. They're not like, if you're this vulnerable, I'll meet it with this level of vulnerability. It's purely that they see your willingness to be vulnerable and they give you the same energy. It's not, maybe you're not through the same means, maybe they don't practice vulnerability in the same way as you do. It's not that, it's that they're matching the same energy as you. Wands card here, Seven of Wands card here, energy here. So you're moving on from, oh yes, Spirit, you're moving on from the emotional, trying to seek the emotional reciprocity from people or situations, okay? Because this could also be in a career context where you're looking to be validated or see your work valued in a certain way. You're moving on from looking to get your feelings validated in a situation, because feelings can be tricky, you know, and they can be coming up from all kinds of places, and it's a complex message, more complex than I want to get into here. The point is that you're moving towards matched energy. You want to feel that the energy is the same, and it's really, really important for you. Now, as I was I pulled your cards out and I put the deck down, and a card slid out and I picked it up, and I was like, yes, because you have the Five of Swords, which is crowning your reading. This is the last card that came out for you. Slipped out at the end of the reading, Five of Swords here. And you can see, it's interesting because the sword is, I was going to say growing out of the person's head, even though in the image, technically it's been punctured in. But the energy I feel for you is that that figure that you see here is literally emanating out of the top of your head. And Five of Swords is the energy of conflict. Interesting, in this deck, Venus in Aquarius. Ooh. Which is also where Venus actually is today in the sky, as in Venus is in the current astrology. Venus is actually in Aquarius right now. It is a cool-headed approach to love, money and values. You know, it's a cool-headed approach to Venetian things. It's a detached approach, and it is this need to, hold on a second, I'm seeing something on the card. Whoops, I can't even pick it up. But yeah, there's an eye. That's what I noticed. The third eye is interestingly placed at the top of this person's head, the crown. The only way I know how to put this, and I don't want to drag your reading out or make it more convoluted, you need to do the logical thing. I feel like there is a connection, crown chakra connection, so connection from you to the all that is, right? The divine spirit, the greatest, the I am, the whatever, the expanse. You need to do the logical thing so that you can almost, the swords aren't in the way of that connection, they're a part of that connection, and you need to, that's it, it's that you need to do that so you can get further instruction, and you can't receive anything else. Like, you've literally got 5 swords stacked, and that can represent kind of 5 different things you've been asked to do, or 5 different approaches that spirit has spoken to you about this thing. 5 different times you've been told about the same thing, and it's like there is no new instruction for you, Libra. The spirit's like, I will not give you anything else until you do this step. So, you know, free yourself this equinox period, as Aries season has just commenced, your opposite sign here. Really bend into that energy, allow that fire to concretize your sense of self over this equinox period, and choose yourself. And the choosing of yourself here is not the not choosing someone else, and that's really important. I don't think you're going to get to a point yet where you can, it's not a no, you're not saying no right now. It's not no to this person or no to that job or no to this situation. You're saying yes at the moment, and that's the most important thing. Through the yeses that you're going to say, your no's will clarify themselves, and relationships and situations will reconfigure, and you will, Libra, find people who are willing to keep that same energy. Okay, I adore you. If you would like a personal reading with me, NicoleBlack.com/shop, NICHOLE. My mum put an H in my name. And I am wearing the t-shirt for my astrology themed lifestyle magazine, Mango, which I adore. This is the March issue. I'm super proud of it. 40+ pages. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I've spoken about this and shared about this a great deal. It's so dope, worth supporting. You can get it in either digital or print version. It comes out around each new moon, and there's just so much in there. Please, if you're remotely curious, just check it out, okay? Have a look, see if you like it. Libra, I think you would appreciate it, and I will see you again very soon. Mwah. Take care.